Hey guys, coming to you live from my RAV4. I felt led last night to share a little bit of a story, really a memory that I have from my childhood growing up in New Jersey. I grew up in a townhome in a small suburban town, and I was pretty used to seeing nature and being in nature. And honestly, I feel the most grounded when I'm in nature, closest to God. I feel like God speaks in his creation, and it's just like I am in awe of all of the majesty that is around me. And I remember being a huge animal lover growing up. I remember never even wanting to like smush a spider or an ant or even a fruit fly. I crossed paths with a couple of those little friends, creepy crawly friends, or I guess just crawly because they were never creepy for me. My mom used to tell me not to kill any of the spiders anyways because they cleaned the house. So I remember just grabbing little napkins or paper towels and just putting them on the ground and letting our little creepy friend crawl onto the napkin, and then just opening the front door, and putting the napkin down and letting them just go on and live their life. But today's story is about a bird. Now, I have never considered myself a bird watcher, but I was playing in my living room and I heard a thump, and I said, what is that? And I remember going to the window and looking outside to my driveway, and there was a bird on the driveway. So essentially this bird had been coming miles and miles an hour and did not realize that there was a window in the way and slammed into my living room window and went down. And so I ran outside, and sadly the bird was gone. But I just remember thinking about it over these last few hours and thinking like, wow, like what a like image for our lives, you know, like what sort of metaphors can I dig into for this? I really felt led to share this story because now that I reminisce on this moment, I reminisce on this idea that sometimes we can be so excited for what's to come that we essentially don't realize, or maybe we just write off the barriers that might be in the way, and we just go full steam ahead into either God's promises for us that he's revealed, or our goals and our next steps in life, next stages, which we can be overwhelmed with excitement about, and that's totally cool. But it's also valid and necessary to take a step back sometimes and say, hey, like, you know, let me look at this full picture. Let me take my time with this. Let me not like rush and take a steamboat or speedboat, that's what I meant, into this space without really checking in with my higher power, with a friend, with a trusted loved one, with myself. You know, what am I experiencing in this moment? Because I really feel like if that bird wasn't so 100%, 1,000% sure that there was a way through that barrier, if he would have taken a second to stop and be like, hey, there's a reflection coming off of this spot. I don't think I have full range here. I think this is actually a window that I can't go through. Maybe the outcome would have been different, you know. And in the weeks and the days that followed, I looked at this bird's body. Actually, I moved it to this like little rocky area where we would keep our garbage cans. It was like, it's kind of hard to explain, but a lot of townhouses have these little stairs that lead up to the front door. And underneath, there's a little bit of space where we would put our garbage and recycling cans before they were collected, before we would have to move them onto the street. And yeah, I remember just being so amazed at the process of decomposition. And you guys, I've never been into taxidermy or anything like that, but just looking at this bird's body and seeing, okay, like it's still maintaining its form in the days after, right? Actually, even up to like a week after, it still looked the same. And then as the weeks went on, I recognized, okay, like it's losing its shape a little bit, right? It's looking less and less like a bird. And then the skeleton popped out, right? And I'm like, okay, it still has the structure of a bird. It still semi looks like a bird, but it's not in its fullest form, right? It's not how God created it to be. And then seeing it eventually just disappear into the ground. And I might just be making deep things out of not deep things, or metaphors and similes out of random events, but I like to take things as meaningful. And I think right now in this season, I'm just learning that in every season, things look different, right? Like I have this calling for long-term mission trips and ministry and encouraging people and spreading joy, and how that looks different every season. I can't take what I've already experienced and replicate it, right? It has to happen organically in the future. And yeah, I kind of just feel like this bird right now. I'm going through these stages of grief, stages of learning, stages of growth, and I'm changing physically, mentally, spiritually. And I have to allow God to work in a way that maybe I didn't see coming, and maybe I'm not getting to that end goal that I have this dream of in my heart, right? But that's okay, because like I'm choosing to trust in His timing, and I'm still walking in those promises, but I know that I have to be pruned, and I have to just work on different things until I get there. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Subscribe.